So we're recording now. All right, guys. So we're going to first start with just kind of doing some recap from convention. Everybody's going to share just a little bit really quickly of what you loved most from convention, or what you learned mostly. Learned, not loved, because we know we loved all of it. But what I want everybody to hear is main takeaways of what you learned. And then we're going to go over some of the contests that are going on, including Leaders Retreat. Oh my gosh, the cruise is going to be amazing. And we're going to go over promos that our team is going to run this month. And that might be it. So, but it is a lot to cover in a short amount of time, so y'all are not on here forever. Hey, Karen. Okay. All right, so let's start with people who were in the silver breakout session. Does anyone want to jump in who was in that session? It doesn't have to be from that session. It can be anything from convention, but your top takeaways.
Well, I guess I'll go. I liked how they talked about like all the challenges you face, because when you're just starting out, it seems like there's a lot of obstacles and just trying to get through a lot of it and learning how to talk to people. And then Jennifer Leith said challenges help you grow. So instead of looking at it as like, oh my gosh, this is so hard, this is so challenging, take it as it's helping you grow, so the next time you'll know the answer or know how to deal with that situation. So yeah, I thought that was helpful.
Mindset is so much of this business. So absolutely, I think that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I know Rob was in there. I don't know who else was in there.
Who else from the silver session wants to share?
Don't forget to unmute yourself.
Unmute yourself. Rob, were you trying to talk? They're working on muting. Let me see if I can unmute you.
She goes from this little square down to this little square over here to help Rob.
Okay, can you talk now?
Yeah, he's unmuted. He should be able to talk. Go over to Kim's side.
Yeah, go to Kim's and talk from there.
Oh my God, that was hysterical.
What'd you do, Mom?
She's here, and then she showed up over here.
Oh.
Because they're in the same room, but on different screens.
Now, Kim, you're muted too. There you go.
No, I should be unmuted. Turn yours off.
Oh, yeah.
Turn it off.
I'm trying to
Huh?
The technical fun, right? Always.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, there. Woo! Okay.
Noise?
All right. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
I can hear you.
There we go. Okay, can you hear?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Here, I'm going to kind of turn the screen so you can see Rob here.
Okay.
Just a sec. There.
Okay.
There.
Hey, everybody. Sorry about that. So the big takeaways for me from the silver meeting were, again, like Miriam hit on with Jennifer Leith, a lot about mindset. So that was really huge. And she really got into the she talked a lot about how she would get real with people, and some people didn't really appreciate that maybe, but the more when she would give her testimony that she would get vulnerable, that seemed to really open up things for her, and she just needed to stop worrying about what other people thought about her, and talk about how even today she still struggles as a diamond with that, and gave some specific examples about weight gain and things like that, and having to really get through that mind trash mentality and identify those things that are mind trash and make that decision to dump them. I thought that was really good. And then for Brooke Hemingway, she got into a lot of the nuts and bolts of, she talked about her 3-6-9-12, that's been really impactful for some of the people that are really rocketing right now in her organization that are using that, and maybe even several times a day that they're using that 3-6-9-12. And is that something that everybody's familiar with? That I think.
Will you go over that real fast?
What's that?
She wants you to go over it.
Yeah, sure, I can. So I'm going to scroll down to my notes and make sure that I do it justice. But the 3 minutes is that is devotion time, prayer, affirmations, that kind of stuff that you spend the first 3 minutes. So 3, 6, 9, 12 is 30 minutes of focus income producing activity. Set the timer when you start, and then when you're done with the first 3 minutes, timer goes off, stop, move on to the next thing. And the 6 minutes uses that to connect with new people and follow up with new friends on social media. The 9 minutes is where she follows up with previously interested people that haven't started yet. So she uses 9 minutes for follow-up time. And then the final 12 minutes is where she messages new potential. So when it's all said and done, she's spent 30 minutes of intense focus, no answering messages during the 30 minutes. She really kind of foot stomped on that, said that's not income producing time. You can do that when your 30 minutes is over. And she she said that this IPA to her is more important than even posting. So it's one of those things where she just really every day just do it, she said. And she also talked a lot about Instagram. She came back to Instagram several times throughout the talk. And I thought this was kind of important because she talked about one particular Ruby or senior Ruby that's in her organization, that there was one particular night she didn't feel like really getting on Instagram. And she just got through it. She just worked her way through it. She got on there anyway, messaged this person today. This girl is a Ruby or a senior Ruby in her business. So think about how that's impacted both of them because she just made that decision to be faithful to the process.
Yeah. I love it.
I
Let me stop you for a second and say, can y'all just self-mute yourself unless you have something you want to say? Because I can mute you guys, but I'd rather you guys mute yourself first, and then that way if you want to say something, you'll be able to. All right. Thanks, guys. That way we can hear whoever's talking a little bit better. So just make sure that your microphone has a little red X through it if you're not the one talking. Okay. Did you have anything else?
I was going to say, too, for Brooke Hemingway, what he was talking about, the income-producing activities, she said she likes to call it intentional producing activities. And I thought that was really good because, you know, it just kind of reinforces you have to be intentional about your time and what you're doing. And, you know, like he's saying, don't just, like, answer messages or whatever, but be intentional. And so I kind of liked that she called it that more than income producing activity.
Definitely.
Right. I like that too. Okay. Anything else? Rob?
Okay, one other thing I think I told you about that Brooke talked about I thought was really good is she talked about when she starts somebody new, she gets everybody on subscription. So that's just mandatory as far as she's concerned. And she tells people that if you want to be successful with these products, you really need to be on a subscription. And then when she starts them, she's a pen and paper person. So for everything, she said you can use Excel and some other methods and whatnot, but she uses pen and paper. But when she starts somebody, she gets her planner out on the day that she starts them, and she sets a meeting for herself 3 days, 7 days, 14 days, and 21 days out, where she makes an appointment with herself to follow up with that person. And she said that's a real key aspect of her just time management. So those appointments are in there already. And when she turns to that day, it's like, okay, I need to contact this person. And then, Miriam, you might have to back me up on this. I think she also said the day after their subscription as well, she gets with them the day after. I don't think it's the day of. I think it's the day after. But Miriam, do you recall?
Yeah, I think she said she waits until they get the product, like that next day, and then contacts them and says, okay, this is how you're going to take it. This is what you're going to do. Because she felt like when you first sign them up and you're giving them all this information, it's a little overwhelming. And maybe by the time they get it, they don't really remember, like, well, when do I really take this? And then that's just another point of contact, too, and just reinforcing how you should take your products and what you're taking.
Yeah, that's right. And she also did say that when she writes that appointment in there, she writes down next to their name what they're taking, what the dosage is, how many capsules or whatever. So she knows exactly where they're at when she gets with them.
Great. Love it. Okay. Anything else from anyone in this session? Rob, if you have more too, go for it.
Do you have any more?
No, not from the silver session, but one thing that I wrote down that for me I really liked that I looked at several times throughout the weekend. Somebody in one of the first sessions said, "Do what's easy and life becomes hard. Do what's hard and life becomes easy." I thought that was really cool. So I've got that in the front of my planner.
I love that. And I've also heard, do the hard things first. If the hard thing for you is IPA, when you sit down to your computer, do your IPA first, because otherwise you'll somehow find the time to do everything else, and then you're like, oh, time to pick up the kids. No time to do that hard thing. You know what I mean? I love that. Perfect. Thank you for sharing.
This wasn't in any of the sessions, but I really liked what Alex said, told the story about the rain dancers, and they asked him what their success was, and he's like, well, we just kept dancing until it rained. And I think, and honestly, I would say, you can sit in all these trainings and you can read books and, and those will help you and they'll be great, but 90% of all this is just don't give up, I mean? So the diamonds are just the people that have been told no more often than us and have just not given up. And I've known so many people that had so much potential that just gave up at the first, the first time it got hard, and and it's just a persevering thing, and you just don't give up. And I loved that. It's like they just dance until it rained. So you just do the IPA, every day, or just keep doing it, and even if it's crickets, and even if you keep hearing no, and even if you keep getting rejected, you just keep doing it, because eventually it will rain.
Plus, your friends are waiting for you to give up. Don't give them the satisfaction.
If you do that, think of all the people that you could help that will never get if they don't hear from you, they may never hear it. So they may never get the help they need with their health or their finances or whatever. But y'all, it's so much mindset. And even to this day, I will find something will not go the way I want it to, and I'll be like, I can't do this business. And then I'm like, what am I thinking? Of course I can do this business. But you have to just get through those hard parts that come, And also, I love what John Maxwell said about, those people who are always getting ready to start going sometime eventually when they have all their ducks in a row and all that stuff. And he's like, that's not how it works. Don't wait till you're perfect. Don't wait till you're 100% ready. You just got to get out there and do it, because what he says is, I guarantee you're going to fail anyway, because you're not going to be perfect at first. So go out there and start doing it. Learn from your, make a mistake, learn from it, go out and do it again and do it better. You still might fail, learn from it, go out there and do it again, So maybe don't start with your dream team members that you reach out to first if you're brand new at all this. Make your mistakes on the people you don't know very well or whatever, because expect to fail, but don't let that stop you from getting started, right? Just go out there and do your best, learn, improve. Okay, so let's move on to the gold session. So who is in the gold session and wants to share some of their one or two top key things they learned?
Who wants to go first?
I think it's you.
Okay, awesome. I can do that. Gosh, it was so good. Just about everything that they said, I think I wrote down. I think I probably got 20 some pages of notes on it. Rachel Shaw was amazing. Hers was all on the mindset part. And she really quoted Noah St. John a lot. She really likes his book, The Secret Code to Success. And she talked about their group did a book study. Several big groups are doing book studies on that book. And it's all about your life as a reflection of the thoughts that you constantly think. And so what you think about, you become. And so she talked about how to change some of those thoughts as far as instead of thinking about what makes you afraid, name what makes you feel afraid, and then change that negative thought into a question. So like she said, even when she was chosen to be a speaker, even as a diamond, she was like, okay, oh my gosh, why would they ever pick me out of all these awesome people? And then she said she had to change it to, wait a minute, why did Plexus choose me? And start listing all of her qualities that are good. And so she said, if you can change any kind of negative thought into a question, your brain loves to answer questions. So your brain will start solving that for you and make you unafraid and turn it into a positive for you. So I thought that was really, really good. She talked about the difference between affirmations and afformations. And affirmations are where, you know, you're actually, it's a belief that you are forming. So you may not say, because you can say, gosh, I'm wealthy all day, but that doesn't necessarily change your bank account. But you can say, I am becoming wealthy by doing these things every day. And that actually will help you start forming those habits and start producing that activity that will move you in that direction. She talked about definitely understanding your why of why you do this business, not just because of the products, but why you're actually building this business, and create deep down that belief and that that why of what you want out of your business. Because if you don't know what you want to get out of it, it's really hard to steer yourself or your team to get where they want to be and where you want to be. Let's see what else. She mentioned that quote, and I've heard the quote a lot, where how you start your day determines your entire life. And so she talked about getting those hard things done first. And she even talked about the Les Brown 30-day challenge, which I thought was awesome. I've heard that speech multiple times. It's his Georgia Dome speech. And she talked about everybody that had done that in their group. They had listened to his speech 30 days, first thing in the morning for 30 days. They all advanced in rank, almost all of them. They either went from, brand new to a silver, or silver to a gold, or higher on up. So they said it was like super, super important for your mindset. So, because it's all about believing in yourself. And then I got a ton out of Melissa Eichenhorst, because she's all about the details and duplication and the steps to duplicate and things like that. So that was more like practical things. And I guess the biggest thing out of that was, understanding duplication and what that really looks like, and how to edify and get kind of people to understand what you're trying to do with them in their business. Because a lot of people think it's really weird sometimes when you're trying to help them work their business, because everyone starts a business and they think it's their business, and they're afraid to let somebody kind of come in and help guide that a little bit. And so she talked about that and going through that roller coaster. And then she just talked about basic steps, like don't overcomplicate it. We have the list of 64, start with that. But don't tell them where to find it in the back office. Say, okay, I want you to go find it, but then I want you to print it out and then get back to me by noon tomorrow. And then we're going to fill out 3 names. And that's all I want you to do, is fill out 3 names. And then kind of walk them little step by step by step along. And she said, because most people will just never even get around to printing it. If you just say, yeah, it's in your back office, go get it. And that's going to help you build your business, fill that out. Because they'll look at that and go, 64 names? I don't know 64 people. They might have 500 Facebook friends, but they can't think of 64 people on that list. So she talked about breaking it down into little tiny steps like that for people. Intentionally help your team build their business while you're intentionally building yours. So don't forget about your business while you're helping your team. What else was there? Lots of follow-up stuff, lots of using our tools that we already have, not recreating the wheel, because we've already got great tools to use. And then, finding what's working for people and duplicating that. So I think those were my biggest takeaways. Julia Carty was amazing also. She talked about, you're your biggest team's rock star. And to focus on that. Don't focus on what your team is doing. Focus on what you're doing, because your activity will produce other people that want to come along with you and do stuff. Because if they will, and I've heard it said before that your team will duplicate about half of what you're doing. So if you're only, reaching out once a week or something like that, then you can't expect your team to be reaching out 5 days a week kind of thing. So those were my big things, I think, that I got out of the gold session.
Awesome. Very cool. I know we had a few others in the gold section too. Anyone else want to chime in?
Kim basically rocked it. Thank you, Kim. But she did mention about the secret code of success. And I know that I forgot which speaker said this, but she said to get your mindset positive, to listen to Les Brown's speech, Georgia Dome speech. She suggested to listen to that every for 30 days straight, just every day, and just get that positive mindset. I remember in the beginning, I would be just so negative, like, what am I doing wrong? How come nobody wants to buy these products? I'm reaching out to them. They're ignoring me. They're saying no. So it was just constant. And then now that I've been in for 2 years, I'll reach out to somebody, they'll ignore me, they won't say anything, or they'll say no. I just don't care. I move on to the next. I'll write down their name and say, okay, reach out to them in a month from now. So I'm trying to do that every day to change my mindset, to think positive and not have any type of negativity show up in my head. Also, Kim mentioned about instead of when you're reaching out to customers and they want to know what's exactly an edge or what does it do, anything about the products, instead of putting in typing up all the information like it does this, it has this in there, just do the shareables, because sometimes you don't want to give them little information, or you don't want to give them too much information, because then they'll just kind of ignore you. But that's all I have. But Kim basically summed it up.
I love it. Perfect. Good. Anyone else? The other Kim, do you have anything from that section you wanted to add?
Yeah, I think Kim and I took the same notes. Copying. The only thing I would add is, I think it was Julia Carty said, good leaders create leaders. So instead of, you need to bring other people on and help them become good leaders too. Not just you're the leader and you have all these people under you. So I liked but I loved all the speakers. They were all wonderful. Like I said, I took the same notes.
Yeah, y'all need to come to convention with us next year. It was so good. If you weren't there, try to make it next year. I don't know where it is yet, but hopefully you can, because obviously the speakers were amazing. I don't know that we have anyone on this call that was in. We had people who were in the Ruby, Senior Ruby session, but I don't think we have anyone on the call who was in that. So we'll have to get those notes and share it with y'all. Okay, I think Michelle was going to go over what we learned in the Emerald.
Yeah, I'll just hit on a few things because we're running to, it's 7 o'clock, 9 o'clock your time. So I don't want to take up too much time, but because all the tips that have been given are a lot to sink in and excellent advice. But I liked what they talked about, being intentional with your day. And you can't just expect things to happen. You actually have to purposefully make them happen. And sometimes, I fall into that trap too of just having a lot of busyness, and it may not be the action steps that I need to be taking. So they recommended making an action journal, like writing down what you have been doing. And if you're spending time scrolling Facebook, and then, that might have been an hour of time that you probably could have spent, more focused on priorities. So they talk about making a plan and making priorities. It kind of follows along with what the other ladies have said already about, working towards your goal, and the goal, being purposefully reaching out to your 64 people, and then following up. Let's see. Let me get to my notes. That was just a little screenshot of the screens that they were sending. In terms of deciding what is the most important thing for you to be working on, why don't you sit down and write out a list of all the things that you do in your Plexus business, and then decide which are the most important. Obviously, reaching out to new people and following up with your customers and your ambassadors is probably really high up on that list, because you want to make sure this is a business of people, and building people, not building a business. And so the people should come first, and reaching out to them to get new business, and reaching out to the people that you have already to make sure that they are happy and healthy, and you're helping them and you're supporting them will help you. And it kind of goes with the One Plexus theme. So making a list of what do I do in my day that is a Plexus business related item, and then what should I put as the number 1, 2, 3 priorities, and make sure I'm doing those before anything else. Like Jen was saying, sometimes you put the hard things at the end because they're hard, but that's not the best method. And hey, I do it too, so it's not always easy. Another way is, if you have a team growing under you, to remember that you're growing the people and not the points. But a good way to be supportive leader is to find out who is close, what are their points, track their points for them, and then be sure to, if they're getting close to their goals, find out how you can encourage them or help them or do a promo for them, or connect with them in any way to get them to their next goal, to get them to their rank. When people are succeeding and growing and ranking, that keeps them excited and happy. So be productive, not reactive with your time. That's a good thing. So having your priorities figured out ahead of time is a good way to be proactive. Action is not always traction. So keep an action journal. That was there was a whole bunch more, but like I said, I don't want to spend too much time. There's more stuff about coaching calls and that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's about it.
That's awesome. Thank you, Michelle. Okay, Jamie, do you want to go next on what your topics were? I think that, actually, let me just say really fast, I want to kind of tie up convention before we move on to the other stuff, but does anyone have anything else that was a major takeaway from convention that you want to say before we move on to going over what the promos are and how to earn things? Kim, did you have some?
Yeah, the thing that I would say is that anybody who's on this call that wasn't at convention really needs to come to convention, because that's where you see what's really possible for you. I mean, on Facebook, we can see pictures and stuff, but at convention, you are face-to-face with these people. You can hear their stories. You can see moms of 7 up on stage getting their check. You can see hundreds of people up there getting, the cars or the money or whatever, or giving away to missions, or the way that we did Feeding America. I mean, it's all very real, and you meet these people face-to-face, and you can't get that through Facebook or a recap call or trying to explain that to somebody. The only way that you can get that is face-to-face like that. So I would make that a priority. That's my tip, I think, that I took away from it, was just to try and get as many people as you can get there. So
totally agree.
I have one thing.
Uh-huh.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Says he can't hear me.
Talk loud.
My biggest takeaway was from John Maxwell, and he was talking about how, and I'm the queen of saying, I'm so busy, I'm too busy, I'm busy, busy, busy. We don't have a time management problem, we have a priorities problem. So that was like, he could have just kicked me in the stomach. I mean, it was life-changing. I'm totally getting my priorities in check because I'm always busy, but there's plenty of time. Everybody has the same number of hours in the day. just work smarter and not harder.
Yeah.
That was a big deal.
I loved that. I loved it when he said that. You're right. That was major. Okay, guys, we are going to switch gears and talk some about the promos and contests and all the fun things like that. And I am going to hand it over to Jamie, who's going to cover that good stuff.
Okay, I'm going to try to share my screen. Hopefully you've gotten an email about it. I'm going to talk first about the June promo and then a little bit about the new Consistency Club ramp up. So these were in emails that we got. Okay, so hopefully y'all can see that. Can y'all see that?
Yes.
Okay, so this started June 1st through the end of June. Let me make sure. I'm sorry. Saturday, June 9th, so this past Saturday through the 30th at 11:59 Eastern Time. So if you have any combination of 3 personally sponsored ambassadors or customers, and it can be retail or preferred, during that promo time, you can win that cute beach towel. And the customers have to have 75 PV or more. If you get 3 more to have a total of 6 combination of new ambassadors or customers, then you can earn that pineapple floaty as well as the beach towel. And then if you get 9, and again, new ambassadors, new customers, retail or preferred, you can get the beach bag if you get all 3 of them. So those were kind of some exciting incentives. And then
I didn't know that was a cooler. When you just scroll down, it said cooler. I thought it was just a bag.
No, it's a cooler.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So then now one of the caveats on this is that it can't be like a customer that's upgraded to an ambassador. It all has to be new. So that's one of the caveats there. For Consistency Club, let me find that one. Okay, here we are. This is really exciting. I love this because I feel like it's a little more flexible than the other one. The other one, you kind of had to win like 300 for 7 months out of the 11 months, or 500 or 700. So if you got it all 6 months, sorry, too bad, you lost. And actually it was supposed to be 8 months, and I think last year they went ahead and lowered it to 7 months. So it's kind of not fair if you did it for 6 months but you kind of had a few rough months and didn't make it. So now they're doing it in 3-month increments. They have, let me see, I have a picture. Just sorry about that. The first one, so Club 300, if you get it 3 times within the contest period, you can choose between this water bottle or a lap desk, and the lap desk says Plexus on it.
And the water bottle is a Bluetooth speaker, right?
That's right. I forgot. Yeah, thanks for remembering that. I forgot about that. That's a Bluetooth speaker. Yeah. And then the if you get Club 300 is so 1 new ambassador that purchases a welcome pack, and 1 new customer that orders at least 300 PV. So
75 PV.
75, sorry. So if you if you're doing this June contest, this would definitely qualify. If you got the first one, you would definitely qualify for 300 Club if one of yours was an ambassador. So you can kind of double dip on the prizes for June. 500. Oh, go ahead,
Jamie. I think I saw that the segments that they put him into starts in July. Isn't it July, August, September is the first segment?
You know what? I'm trying to find that pic, and I bet you're right.
I think it's July, August, September is the first session or segment or whatever, and then October, November, December, and then January, February, March.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Scratch that. Darn. I was hoping we could double dip on that one. You're right. So the first period is July, August, September. Second period, October, November, December, and then third is so if you get 500 club, you can win that Fossil Rose Gold watch that has Plexus on it, or an Amazon Echo Spot. And to get into 500 club, you have to get 2 new ambassadors with a welcome pack, and 2 new customers, and at least 500 PV. But I think if you're getting 2 new customers, you're probably gonna, in your own purchase, you'll definitely get the 500 PV. And then Club 700, you get to choose between the Beats headphones or an Apple iPad. And 700 Club is 3 new ambassadors with a welcome pack purchase, and 3 sponsored customers with 75 or more, and then 700 PV. So, you can definitely win a combination of these, and then if you win all 3 months, let's see, I think if you win, did they say something if you won the whole time?
I don't remember.
I don't know if they talked about that. But then they're going to come out with new prizes each time. So if you won 300 club for 2 of the periods, you would have won both prizes. They'll have different things to choose from, but this is the first round of prizes that they have. So that was really exciting. I thought. So, and then I was going to talk a little bit about how to do this to earn. Were you going to talk about that, or do you want me to talk about that?
For what? I had on here you were also going to go over just the other team events we're going to do.
Okay, so we're going to do another 7-day Slim trial this month. Are we going to do that on HC or on XOS Slim?
I think we should do it on Hunger Control, don't y'all?
Okay. Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Let's do Hunger Control.
Okay. And then
June 25th?
Yeah, June 25th was what we're talking about.
Awesome. I'm excited.
Oh, and by the way, I wanted to recognize Jennifer Ose because she did get 300 Consistency Club last year for having meeting those 300 requirements for 7 out of the 11 months. So, yay! And got to give her wallet with the cash in it. So,
Yay! So did Shannon. Yeah, that was awesome.
Oh, awesome!
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Oh, that's great. Congrats,
yeah,
guys.
I guess they ran out of wallets, so they gave her that little Plexus coin purse and said that the wallets are shipping in like July or something. I don't know. Jen, did you get your wallet?
No, I have to call them tomorrow. Work was so bad today, so I need to call them tomorrow and be like,
I bet they had run out when you registered because you registered late. So
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Congrats, guys.
Yes, Katie.
If you are in the Flower Mound, Louisville area, Highland Village area, or want to come up there, our team is going to do a sip and see at Fresco's on Justin Road on Saturday, June 23rd at 4:00. And I'll be providing, of course, Fresco's will provide chips and salsa. I'll purchase queso, and then we're going to have samples of the lean, the Slim HC, and Joyum for people to try out. And then I'll, do a small little presentation about those 3 products and probably in the importance of gut health. So,
Jamie, what time is that?
it's at 4.
Okay. Awesome.
And I'll share the graphic on the team page as well. We're just trying to figure out prizes. So we'll have, we will do prize drawing. All the ambassadors that, if you come, you get a drawing, an entry in a drawing. And then if you bring a friend, you get an entry in a drawing. So we're just trying to work out the logistics of that as to who's paying for what in the drawing. So
And the price for that is a set of Joy-M. Is that what you said?
Yeah, so that was going to be the price for my team, but I was going to do one the set of the Joy-M, and then I'll probably do some $25 gift cards, and I think I have some extra water bottles and stuff around here that I'll bring too. So.
Okay, perfect. That's exciting. Can't wait for that. And then what about the water challenge? Is that still on?
Yeah, I know. Do we want to push that back to July, or I'm going to try to get it all ready, but I didn't know when we wanted to launch it if we're doing that slim thing. So
okay, so we'll just table that for now. And
and the water challenge is just mostly something that we're going to do on your Plexus sneak peek page. So it's mostly just an incentive to get people into that page. So it's just going to be a water challenge. We're going to do some fun, prizes throughout the week. It'll just be like water bottles and things like that. But we're going to talk about the importance of, your water intake and have people, join us. So there's no purchase necessary. We're not really going to talk about Plexus. Maybe I haven't figured out all the details. We might mention it kind of towards the end of the week, but it's mostly just something to get people onto that Plexus sneak peek group page so that we can kind of be dripping, Plexus and other health and wellness stuff on them. So that's
perfect.
July, I think. So
yeah, exciting stuff coming. Okay. And the other exciting stuff that I want to share with you. Were you done, Jamie?
I'm done. I stopped.
Okay. Okay, good. So the other stuff we're going to share with you is that we are going to run a couple of promos and incentives for the team this month. So Michelle and I were just putting our heads together to bring you guys stuff that will be motivational for you guys, but also offer something for your, friends, prospects, or whatever to want to join you. So we have said that it was super, super, super successful the month before last, I think it was, that we did the join fee special where if you're my level 1, you get to offer your people joining your team $35 off, so it's free join fee. If you're my level 2, you can offer $25 off. If you're my level 3, you can offer $15 off, and this time we're saying level 4 can offer $10 off. Last time we did 5. So you have something, all the way through level 4, have something to offer off the join fee to get people to join you this month. It goes through the end of this month. And then to make it super exciting, we are going to take the top 5 people who add the most ambassadors. Oh, by the way, I do want to say they need to have a welcome pack and a convenience order on. That's just standard for all of our contests and promos. So, but also the top 5 people who had the most ambassadors on the team this month will get put into a drawing for amazing prizes. So if you are one of the top 5 people to add the most ambassadors this month with a welcome pack, you can be put into a drawing for, one of them is going to be an iPad, one of them is going to be a Google Home, and then the others we have not 100% decided what they're going to be, but they're going to be amazing. It's probably going to be some combination of products and swag, jewelry, gift cards, blah, 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 but it will be really, really good stuff. So you definitely want to go for it because obviously it's going to help you build your business. It's going to help you work towards Leaders Retreat, which we're going to talk about next. And you can get put into this drawing for really, really good prizes. So what do y'all think about that? Yeah, excited? Okay, good. Y'all are all on mute. Okay, all right. So let's get to
Yay!
Okay. Yay! Okay, good. Do the wave. No, I'm kidding. All right. So now on to the really, 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 really super exciting topic that I know you guys want to talk about: Leaders Retreat contest. Leaders Retreat. If you have not been, you may not know that it is absolutely, positively the most amazing thing I'm not saying it's easy to earn. It will take intentional effort, but it is doable. It's 100% doable if you put in the work. What I am saying is it's totally worth the work. I have been to, how many have we been to, guys? You've been to 3? Have I been to 4?
Mhm.
I've been to 4. Okay. I mean, just absolutely amazing. If you thought convention was amazing, Leaders Retreat is above all of that because it's not even work, it's not learning. It's just a celebration for your achievements. And it's so fun. They treat you like royalty. And this time it is a cruise. It goes from Miami to Key West and Nassau in the Bahamas. And I just can't even imagine anything more exciting. This is going to be off the chart, and my goal is to get as many people as possible from this team on that boat. That is really what I want because it's going to be so fantastic. So what I want to do is I'll share with you how you earn it, but I also want to strategize with you a little bit about the ways you can get to earn it. So there are different ways to earn it. You earn credits, but where you are in your business will probably help determine how you're going to go about trying to earn it. Not everybody's going to be the same. So let me share with you my screen and go over some of the details. Okay, hold on. Let me go to here. Hello. Okay. I just put it all in a Facebook post so I can find it. All right, let's go over some of the details really fast. So here is the Leaders Retreat contest. Okay, there we go. So go back. All right, so you're setting sail October 23rd through the 26th. 900 credits is what you need in order to get on the boat. And after that, there's additional prizes you can earn that are phenomenal. You can earn $150 in cash. You can get a cabin upgrade. You can earn a private reception. You can get $750 in cash. And then the big mama is you can get a $2,000 shopping spree. And the shopping spree is just, I mean, crazy amazing. So if you want to go all out and really go for it, go for that. But my first goal for you guys is just to get you on the boat. So here are your ways that you get there. It's kind of like the convention contest. If you paid attention to that one at all, you're earning credits. Again, you have to get to 900 credits. You're earning credits for people you personally sponsor as ambassadors, and for the people that your levels 2 and your levels 1, 2, and 3 add, so that you're getting credit 4 levels down. You get 10 credits for the people you add, 10 credits for the people your level 1 adds, and 5 credits for the people your level 2 and 3 add. The same thing for customers. When you add a customer, I think, yeah, they have to have 75 PV or more. If you add the customer, you get 10 credits. If your level 1 adds them, you get 7 credits. Your level 2 adds them, you get 5 credits. And your level 3 adds somebody, you get 3 credits. Now, they have this new thing over here too, where you get retention bonuses. So if in the following months they stick around and continue to order, you get additional, 2 credits for each. So if you add them in June, you can get another 2 in July and another 2 in August. The contest runs June 1st, retroactive June 1st, through the end of August. Okay, your volume is a big component too of earning credits. So from 200 to 499.99 PV, you're going to get 20 credits. But as soon as you hit that 500 PV mark, which we all strive to anyway, so we get 25% commission, you get 75 credits. If you can hit 1,000 PV, you get 150 credits. 1,750 PV, you're getting 225 credits. And if you hit 2,500 PV, you're getting 300 credits. Man, if you hit 2,500 PV all 3 months, you've already earned your spot because that's 900 credits. Now, I'm not saying that's easy. 2,500 PV is hard, but just know that you can earn it just through PV, and I'll show you that that's one of the ways to get there. You can only have up to $1,000 of it be your personal purchases. So you can't just go buy $2,500 each month worth and earn your cruise. You can only have up to $1,000 be your own products. But just keep in mind, and this is going to be one of the strategies we talk about in a minute, you can always order ahead for your products. There's no contest in September and October and November and December. So you can order ahead your products for then. You can buy samples that you are going to sell. You can buy you can buy samples to give away, but you can also buy product to sell in person. So these are just ways to think about bumping your PV. Whatever your PV typically is, try to hit the next one. If you're typically around 400, try to hit 500. If you're typically in that 800 mark, man, go for 1,000. Just try to get to that next level, because that will really help bump up your credits. Here's another one. For ranking up down here, you can get some good credits here. If you're going to go silver, you get 50 credits. If you go gold, you get 75 credits. Senior gold, you get 100 credits. Ruby, 125. Senior ruby, 150. And if you can hit emerald, I hope you'll hit emerald, you get 150 credits. So work towards, you have all the way through August to get that rank up bonus. So start working on it. All these things you're doing right now are going to help you get there too. So if you can rank up, that's a big one. And then here's the other thing. We all know how important it is to develop business builders and duplication in our team. So they've started incentivizing us on helping our level ones go silver. This is another great way to get credits to add up really quickly. So if you have a level 1 ambassador who's not yet silver and they go silver in June, July, or August, you get 20 credits. If you have a level 2 who goes silver, you get 15 credits. And if you have a level 3, you get 10 credits. So start helping. All you're doing is you're reaching out to even your wholesale ambassadors, guys, and you're saying, I would love to help you cover the cost of your products. Whether or not you want to work this business, I don't care if you don't want to work this business. I want to help you cover the cost of your products. Let me help you find 3 people to cover the cost of your products. All they have to do is order through your website. And it's so easy. Y'all know we're just asking them to invite people to the sneak peek pages, to our 7-day trials, to our sip and see. All we're doing is inviting people to learn more through the events that our team already does. So they can do that. That's super easy. So those are the way you earn credits to get to your 900. So before I go into your strategies on how you're going to do that, which I will have to do really fast because I don't want to keep you all night long, do y'all have questions about the rules of it and how that part works?
Yes. So now we were reading over the rules, and it talks about only the first 1,200 that qualify get to be on there. And everyone else gets 500. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. So
it's a little bit of a race, yeah?
It is a little bit of a race. It is.
Okay.
I mean, it's not like you don't get anything. If you hit your 900, no matter what, you'll at least get $500. But if your goal is, and then you can go buy yourself a place on a cruise. But if you want to be on this cruise, then you need to be one of the first 1,200.
Okay.
So it is a race.
So Jennifer, when do you think is the cutoff time most likely to be able to make it on the boat?
That would be so hard for me to predict because it's just impossible for me. I wish I could tell you, but I really can't, just because I don't know how many people are in growth mode, and you know what I mean? I wish I could tell you. I would say just front load your work. And if you have the ability to front load your PV, front load adding ambassadors, putting in the time and effort, and you want this, work it in June. Because if you're thinking, you know what, I'm going to wait and see how close I am, and if I'm pretty close in August, I'll really step it up, it's probably not going to work out. You know what I mean?
And you can really build on the momentum of the new products and stuff like that right now. So build on the excitement of that at this point. And now on this contest, are they saying that if they're a customer and then they went to a ambassador, it doesn't count, right?
No, that doesn't count. And also,
they were previously a customer outside of the time frame of this contest, and then they upgrade to ambassador, that counts. But if they join as a customer during the contest, you'll get credits for them joining as a customer, but if then they also upgrade to ambassador during the contest, you won't get credits for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so reach out to your customers that are loving the products, and if they're ordering 100 PV, or they might want to add something to get them to 100 PV, then you can, upgrade them.
And that's also why we added the, join fee special that we're running in June to help you front load your June.
Yes, absolutely. Any other questions about how the contest works? No? Okay, so here's what are some strategies to help you earn credits. I would highly recommend that you set up a time to talk with your sponsor, or if your sponsor's new, then their sponsor or whatever, and put together a game plan, because I feel like in order to earn this, it's doable, but you have to know what exactly you need to do in order to get there. So put together a game plan based on these things that I'm going to tell you. I want you to talk with your sponsor about what your current PV is and where you feel like you can up it, how many ambassadors your team usually adds, so that you can plan for that. Talk about, let me go through my notes here, are you close to ranking up? Do you think that that's something you can plan for your credits? All those things, like, do you have any fence sitters that you can reach out to and ask them to go ahead and join utilizing these promos that we're running this month and the new products, all that kind of stuff. Who are your runners in levels 1 through 3? How can we help them grow? All these things, talk with your sponsor about how you can make the most of it. But so first of all, increasing your PV. How are you going to do that? I want you to go through your current customer list and previous customers who are no longer still ordering. You're going to reach out to them and you're going to say, oh my gosh, I just found out, we have these amazing new products. I'm just now trying. I'm loving them. I really, really want you to give them a try. I think you're going to absolutely adore them. If you don't for any reason, you get all your money back. Please give these a try. So you're going to reach out to them and tell them about the new products. And if you want to offer some kind of incentive of your own, that's up to you, but I personally am going to be reaching out to them and saying, if you try one of our brand new products, which is, Hunger Control Slim, Joyum, or Lean, I'm going to give you, I haven't really figured out what it is going to be yet, but it's going to be, 10% off or something like that, because I really want you to try it. So reach out to current and previous customers to get them to increase their PV, try the new products. Do posts and message people asking for product testers. You can say, I am looking for 10 people to be product testers for our Joyum product, or, for any of our new products, Hunger Control, whatever. And I want to be able to use your testimony and your before and after pics. You're just going to buy, 2 months of product. And, at the end of your trial, if you don't love it, you get your money back. But I'm looking for product testers. Give out samples. Y'all order some extra product of Lean and the Joyum samples and the new Hunger Control. And if you think they're a good prospect, give them a sample. And especially if you can get them to join in like the 7-day trial, that would be amazing. Order ahead. We talked about this. Order ahead your own products and for your family. Front load what you usually order. And y'all, this is a huge one. You're going to have to get over your ego to do this, but ask for help. Everybody doesn't like to ask for help, but I am telling you, it really works if you do it the right way. If you are sincere and you're vulnerable and you post on Facebook and or message people and say, I am going after a huge goal and it means the world to me, and I am just looking for people to help me out. Can you help me out by trying these products out for a month or 2 months? If you don't love it, you get all your money back. There's no risk for you, but you are really going to be helping me. If you want to be totally upfront and tell them what it is, say, my husband and I haven't been on a vacation without the kids in 3 years, and we need this. I want to be on this cruise. You know, I've always dreamt of being on a cruise. I've never got to do one. I really want to work towards this. This is important for me. Whatever it is, be vulnerable, share that. People love to help their friends. And let me tell you something. This is how I earned Leaders Retreat my very first year, and I was a silver ambassador. I was working, and I saw, I'm close, but I am not there. I am not going to earn it. I just started reaching out to people. I reached out to, my brother-in-law and just like anybody. And, anybody that I thought might want to help me out. And I said, will you please do this for me? And they absolutely stepped up and did it. And guess what? A ton of them loved the products and stayed on it. So it was a great business builder for me too. So, you just say, I know, you're not interested in Plexus. I get it, but will you just order for me and then call in 2 months and get all your money back? Just do that for me. And guess what? If they have products sitting there, they're going to take it and then they might fall in love with it. So absolutely do that. Adding ambassadors. Adding ambassadors is really just doing your IPA, which is reaching out to people, telling them, I want you on my team because you're amazing. I love you. You're so outgoing. You have a big network. You're influential. You care about people. You're successful, whatever it is, asking them to join your team. But really reach out to any fence sitters you have. If you have any fence sitters, both for the products or for the business, reach out, ask them, to help you out, and maybe offer an incentive. Tell them what our incentives are that might help get them off the fence. And y'all just remember, this is a 3-month contest. You can have time to build your network. Start reaching out to new people to, build a warm market. If you feel like your warm market is already a little bit tapped out, you can join Facebook groups, join, whatever it is. I'm joining a new couples wine club this month, and make new friends. All right. Helping your ambassadors go silver. That's doing some coaching calls with them and asking them, who do you have? Who can we reach out to? Let's get on a 3-way chat. Let's get on a 3-way call. Let's do a Facebook event for you. Doing personal Facebook events. You don't have to wait for team things. You can do your own. We have the whole template set up for you to do that. And just adding people to the sneak peek pages. Who do you have you can reach out to and ask them if you can send them a sample? And who can you reach out to and say, can I add you to this page? I'd love for you to just have more information, sit back and watch and see what it can do for people and their testimonies. That's helping your people go silver. Let's see what else. And then, the retention is just making sure you're following up with those new customers and those new ambassadors so they stay on and you're getting those retention credits. If you feel like your level 1s or even 2s need help in coaching their team, reach out. And, I do it all the time. I promise I don't just coach my level 1s. I love to help anybody who wants to run with this business. So duplicate that down. If you have level 2s and 3s that want to run with this, help your ambassador support and coach them. The more the better, right? We all have different ways we go about training and supporting. So that can really help. When you help people below you reach their goals, it helps you reach your goal, right? So I think that was all of my tips for helping you get your credits so that you can earn it. Do y'all have questions about that? Does anybody else have additional tips you want to add? Especially some of you guys who have earned Leaders Retreat, a few times. Do you have any tips?
I have a question.
Yeah.
I believe I'm right with this, that we don't want, this is all new to me, I don't want people ordering samples packages from my website because that would count as their initial order, right?
Right.
Okay. because that's what I've been telling my team. So I just wanted to make sure.
Absolutely. Tell your team to order sample packs to sell in person or mail out, or just order an extra bag of Slim. And I mean, I do that all the time, and just pull out 7 sticks or 3 sticks or whatever I want to sell and just sell it to them directly. Because, right, if they order a sample pack first, then their first order technically is not 75 PV and won't count, even if they then go on and order a triplex.
Okay. Thank you.
And
Yeah.
on that note, if you do have somebody that just wants to order ProBio or something that is under the 75 PV, offer to place it on your own order and sell it to them that way. So that bumps your PV up, but it doesn't count as a new customer, that's not going to count for any of the prizes. So, and later on, maybe you can get them to order. If they like that, they can order something else, or you can, add them later on when there's not a contest or something. So,
Right.
Did you say that, did you offer, I might have missed the first part of Jamie's speaking, but did you say that if you have somebody who's going to order under the 75 PV, asking if you could add Edge or some P96 onto their order and purchase it from them?
That's another option too.
Yeah, so now you've bumped them up to 75.
Yeah, that's good. That is good. So here's just a couple little scenarios for you on how you're getting there. Here's the, oops, go back the other way. Here's the PV way. You got 2,500 PV in June, July, and August, boom. But that's a high PV, but you could do it that way. Here's a partial PV way. You're hitting 1,000 PV in June, July, and August. So you got 150 credits from each of those months. And then, they did this for simplicity. They're saying you added 15 level 1 and 2s in June, July, and August. But obviously, this could be 30 level 3 and 4s, or it could be a combination. You're getting 10 credits for level 1 and 2 and 5 credits for level 3 and 4. But you see what I'm saying. You're doing a combination of your PV and adding ambassadors. Let's see. Here is the power of 3 way. You've got 1,000 PV, so you're getting 150 credits for those. You go silver, so you're getting 50 credits for that. You added 3 level 1s in order to go silver, so you have those 30 credits. Now you're going to help those 3 level 1s you added to go silver each get 3 of their own, so you got 60 credits from that. And then you help those people add 3, so then you get 90 credits from that. Hopefully you've got some retention for your people that you added, so you're getting additional credits from that. And then you have some customer credits here. I mean, there's all different ways you can work this, but this is just showing you different ways you can mix and match. The Kickstart Momentum way. All right, so this is assuming you're brand new, but most of you guys have at least 1 or 2 people or more, or a lot more already on your team. But let's say you are brand new and you're doing a Kickstart. You want to rank to gold really fast, and so you're not really adding customers so much as you're adding ambassadors. So you only have 500 PV in June, July, and August, but you're adding a lot of ambassadors. So you have 15 level 1 and 2s in June, 15 in July, 15 in August, and then you need to obviously have some customers to get to your 500 PV, so you're getting some credits from that too. So anyway, what I would say is think about your own business, where it has been, where it's at now, and where you see it going, and put together a plan that you think works for you based on where you think your PV is going to hit, when you think you're going to rank up, how many ambassadors you think you can personally add and that your team will add, that type of thing. You know what I mean? It's doable. I don't want it to overwhelm you. It is doable, but it is going to take planning and effort, but it's totally worth it. 100%.
Stay in touch with your upline, because we can help you navigate, strategize, make suggestions, and that type of thing. So
Absolutely.
And I mean, I earned my first leaders retreat. I had just gone gold in June, So, I mean, you don't have to be an emerald to earn these things. You were silver when you earned your first one, right, Jen?
I was silver.
Yeah. And Michelle, were you gold or had you gone senior gold yet?
I can't remember. I was either gold or senior gold.
Yeah.
But I know Robin was gold, right? You and Robin were both gold. We went to DC. That was our first one.
Right. So, and I think Fran might have been silver. So, or just barely gold. So,
Yep. Okay, guys. So that's all I had. Does anyone have anything else they either want to ask or have input they want to add? No? All right, y'all. This was an awesome call. Thank you for joining in with us. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Okay. All right, if you have any questions, obviously you can reach out, or I will post this recording. Make sure you tag anybody who wasn't here that wants to see it so that they can watch it. And that's all I got.
bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Good seeing you guys.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.